Alright, so pretty fucking simple and quick day today. Today goes as following. Ugh. Squat, 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 and squat. That's all we're doing. And it should be chill because we kind of set our own expectations. And what I mean by that is like, there's no like, I mean, I guess you kind of always set your own expectations, you know, even when it comes to program shit of how it's gonna feel and whatnot. I should say that today there's no pressure. Unlike the other squat sessions where the whole idea was just me being a little bit too overconfident about how much I recovered and how much strength I've had left. So my expectation was we're gonna do the weight that's intended on the squats at all times, and I was let down. But we realized last week, talked about it, that this program is a beginner program. It is not this program is specifically meant for those who are trying to get their strength back that are recovering from injuries. It's still a beginner program. It's still a powerlifting program at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I was just a little bit too overconfident thinking that we would be able to do the intended numbers for squat. So we got rid of that whole expectation. And now for deadlifts, we're sticking to the intended weight. For bench we are, but for squats, since we're like, that squats are in the worst place. I lost the most amount of strength on squats. And because of that, it's more of a, we're using it as a guide, if you will, where it's just like, we look at the numbers, we look at the sets, and that is the guide. We'll do around that amount of reps, around that amount of weight, but we're not going in with the expectations where we see the number, we see the sets, and we're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do that. So I got on the 405. We have 4 sets, and this is the weight that I decided. I think the weight is 460, so I mean, that's literally proof that this is a beginner program, yes, but at the end of the day, still a powerlifting program. And just with how much strength we've lost not squatting heavy in 4 months, we 460 for 4 sets of 4, that's just kind of begging for something to go wrong, in my opinion. So yeah, you know, proof is in the fucking programming that we should, on the squat at least, be looking at this from a, give us an idea of what we should be doing. So it's 460, we decided to just put on 405. It's sets of 4, I believe. So we're just gonna try to do sets of 2. I think that's like a good middle ground, 405 for 4 sets of 2. And we'll see. It is 405. I haven't done anything 4 plates and beyond for multiple reps. You know what I mean? Only doing it for like 1. So I think we just kind of feel it out. You know what I mean? And if it feels good, we'll keep doing it till it doesn't, or till we finish the sets. If it doesn't, we'll just do 1, be happy with that, and then take it down to like maybe like a high 300s and finish up for 3 sets of 2. So yeah. So that just felt like a classic first set. It just felt like a classic first set, you know, a little bit heavy, you know, feeling a little bit tight. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to do another set of that. And like I said, at this point, you know, if we can get it for 2, just continuing to do the sets of 2 with this until it just feels off in a way where it's like, you know, let's be safe and not stupid, take off some weight and finish it up, or we end up finishing 4 sets. good. Really good, actually. Because, like, the back is making the squat look a little bit wonky and feel a little bit wonky. But despite that, like, the weight is moving, it feels good. And even just with the wonky squat, when I'm pushing up and whatnot, I'm fine in the injury area. And it's really good because, like, every squat session I've had so far with doing heavy weight, all signs point towards that tightness, you know what I mean? That little bit of a weird feeling. It's just like has to do with getting back into doing heavy weight for multiple sets and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like the same type of pain that we had in our quads as we were getting back into heavy deadlifting. It had nothing to do with an injury and had everything to do with, it's been like 2.5, 3 months since we've done multiple sets of heavy deadlifts. So the body is going through hell getting back used to it. So that's good, you know? We got 2 more sets of this and that will be really, really telling. Don't worry about it. 405. Set number 3, attempt. Remember, goal is to do these for 2 for as long as we can. If that takes us to 4 sets, great. If not, that is cool. I'm already more than happy with 2 sets. All right. Last set. Will he get it? Will he complete the highest of expectations he set for himself? Or will he fail, crumble, fall into the dark, unassumable hole of blackness and despair? All right, back is really fucking cooking. So, but we got one last set, and I'm very hopeful that, or very, what's the word? Confident that we'll be able to, definitely with that last set motivation. And I feel like the takeaway today, well, let's get into it and finish this up, and then we can talk about our little mental sticky notes from this squat session. Kind of low-key exceeded my expectations for today because I wasn't expecting to be able to do more than 1 set of 4 or 5 for 2. Even going into the first set, I was like, it's probably looking like we're gonna just do 1. So I'm very happy with that. Below, some mental sticky notes, afterthoughts, if you will. 1, we need to immediately, starting tomorrow, locking back in with the stretching before the gym. You know what I mean? Stretching after the gym, we've been doing that for so long that we never really fall off on that. Very rare for me to skip, you know, a good old stretching session after the gym. But as we were just not deadlifting or squatting, and then when we started to, only doing like a plate, I never really found that I needed to just stretch 2 times a day because the intensity just was not there for me to really kind of just like have to do that. So as a result, we fell off of it really bad. And as you can see, we're still not really back into the habit of it. And just based off of the pain that I started feeling in my quad yesterday, that I could tell was just like from the lack of stretching and the tightness and whatnot from the back today. I can also tell from the lack of stretching. And then I feel like, you know, these little things that are happening because of the lack of stretching will not only help them, but also just, you know, help with the tightness that we're gonna end up, or just the tightness that we have been feeling from getting back into the heavy weight with the injury, and then it will really start to feel better. We'll really start cooking up with the recovery. So one of the takeaways, stretch. You need to get back into the habit of stretching twice per day, at least on the days that we're going to the gym, stretching before the gym. The other takeaway is that I'm really, really happy with how the leg is healing, like truly. Just all those fucking weeks and months of just taking it easy, building back into it, definitely paid off. You know, I'm very, very glad that we were able to just remain calm and just patient instead of rushing into it, because that's really how you fuck yourself up. I use my homie for an example. Prayers out for him, but classic case of just rushing into it. He had a tear worse than mine. He had a full-on tear with his tendon, like right off the bone, and he rushed the fuck out of his recovery. Every single time I'd watch him deadlift, you know, like you could tell his shit was not ready for it. It was his quad, I believe, too. And we tried to tell him, like, just slow it down, man, but he just could not stay patient. And because of that, you know, like, he was putting an insane amount of a load on his knee and whatnot, because his quad and whatnot was just not ready to handle that load. So to compensate, most of it was going to his knee. Ended up fucking up himself even more, just trying to rush that recovery. And now he might not ever be able to train seriously when it comes to powerlifting again. Not even month recovery, like ever again, you know? So just, I feel bad saying this, but like using that as an example and being like, we need to be patient with our shit. And it looks like that has paid off, because we had a couple grinders today, just with the back and everything, where we were down there and kind of like having a drive and whatnot. And the injury felt comfortable the whole entire time. Never at a point in time with the grinders and also just the 4 plates on did I feel like we really need to stop, because we're about to fuck something up again. So the injury is healing very, very, very nicely, you know, and operation get back to our prime with the squats and deadlifts is going very well and according to plan. Good solid second week, I will say, because we recorded the vlogs for the week, so the next time I'll see y'all is next week. So yeah, I'll go ahead and say we do have lifting tomorrow, but it's deadlift and bench, and as of recently, I'm very confident in my deadlifts and obviously very confident in my bench. So I can already just say good, successful second week. But yeah, until next week.